Oh my God. Oh my God. I repeat. Oh my God. They did it. Drew freaking McIntyre. He's the champ. He's the champ again. Oh my God, he won it. He won it in front of a crowd that actually liked him, kind of, sort of. They were in Germany, so whatever. And then he gets to keep it for more than 6 minutes. Like, I cannot believe it. Like, Triple H, Triple H, you made me mad on Monday, but you know what? No, I'm just kidding. Let's make Braun Breaker the champion, but let's just focus on the now. Oh my gosh. And actually, I made a deal. I made a deal on the live stream that I was like, I did not think Drew McIntyre was going to become champion today. So I was like, if Drew wins, I will not say one negative word about Triple H for 1 month. So if you're a WWE hater, you might want to avoid this channel for 1 month because I cannot speak ill of Triple H for the next 30 days. Oh, worth it. Oh my gosh, Drew McIntyre. I even wore my Drew McIntyre shirt today. Oh, yes. Yes, I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. If you couldn't tell, I'm a little excited. Drew McIntyre has been my favorite. Last year, he was not my favorite. I actually had Becky Lynch and Naomi above Drew McIntyre, but for the most part, consistently over the last 5 years, Drew McIntyre has been number one, number two. I love, oh my gosh, Drew McIntyre is the champion. I'm a little excited. So I'm just I'm having a hard time really just He's the champ. He's the champ. Go watch my video on Braun Breaker on Monday. This is the opposite reaction. This is the exact opposite chop. This is positive chop. Oh my gosh, they did it. I can't believe it. I did not think that they were going to give it to him. I mean, I wanted them to give it to him. I did a video yesterday about predicting the champions. I actually said, I'm predicting Drew McIntyre, but that's what my heart says. My brain says, no way they'll do it. So I actually had a backup choice, but I guess I didn't need that backup choice because Drew McIntyre, the undisputed champion is to boot. I mean, holy crap. And I just loved it. And Drew McIntyre, it's a 2 out of 3s, 3 stages of hell. He wins the first match, right? And I'm like, oh, there we go. He won the first match. That's his out. His out is that Cody will win the next 2, and then Drew will then complain. He's like, I won the first match, that's all that counts. And then we would have moved on with our lives, and Drew McIntyre would have had probably a nothing feud with, I don't know, Ray Phoenix. No shade to Ray Phoenix. But at WrestleMania. But no, see, he wins the first one, right? He loses the second one in a falls count anywhere. Cody Rhodes did a crossroads on the table. It looked like Cody Rhodes got the majority of that. I think that's where he started bleeding just a little bit, and Cody Rhodes wins that one. Then we're in round 3, and the cell comes down, right? The cage comes down, and there was one point in the match. There was one point in the match where Drew McIntyre, it was right after 2 crossroads, Drew gets out of the 3rd crossroads and he claymores him. And 1, 2, 2.9, Cody kicks out, and I'm just I invested in that moment. I'm like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe I fallen for it. I was like, no way they're going to let Drew McIntyre beat Cody Rhodes, the golden boy, on free TV. No way they're going to do that. I couldn't believe that I invested and thought that for even a microsecond, Drew was going to win. And then Cody gets his comeback and blah, 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 blah. And then at a certain point, though, Drew's right by the door. And I'm absolutely positive. I even said this on my live stream that Jacob Fatu is going to be the guy that cost Drew the match. And then lo and behold, as Drew is trying to get out of the door, guess who shows up? A guy in a black mask hoodie, not Austin Theory, but a Bloodline member. Well, kind of, sort of. Jacob Fatu. And here we go. I'm like, I called it. Jacob Fatu is going to cost Drew the match. And he starts to give Drew a beatdown. He's beating up Drew McIntyre. And I'm just like, oh, whatever. But Cody grabs Jacob, spins him around, and Jacob socks him in the face. And they start fighting. And they're fighting. And at some point, I'm like, wait a second. Jacob and Cody are way over there, and Drew is right there by the door still. Drew, come out the door, Drew. And then Drew, as if he heard me, proceeds to just fall out the door, and he wins. What? Jacob Fatu, who came to beat up Drew, is now in a fight with Cody Rhodes, and Drew gets the championship. Wow, Triple H, I can't say anything bad about you for 30 days, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for doing this. I know it's sacrilege to not just not talk bad about Triple H, but to actually thank Triple H for something. But man, you got me, man. You got this. This is why I love wrestling right here. This steel cage match is why I love wrestling. I mean, was it perfect? No, but nothing's perfect. Nothing perfect. Well, except for maybe me. Just kidding. Far from perfect, this guy right here. Who has 2 thumbs and not perfect. This guy. But this match was so freaking good. And, I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked here. Can't believe it, especially because we're this close to WrestleMania. And you know what? I know this is gonna be hard for people to hear, but even if Drew loses at Royal Rumble, I will be very disappointed. But if Drew were to lose the title before WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes again, I actually wouldn't mind as much. I would hate it from Drew's my guy perspective, but I wouldn't be like, oh my God, WWE is a dumpster fire like I was on Monday with Braun Breaker. Because hey man, I grew up in an era where Kurt Angle literally loses the title to The Rock 1 month before WrestleMania, so then Rock can go face Steve Austin. I'm okay with that kind. I'm okay with short title reigns and stuff because this makes it fun and interesting. I mean, even the questions now coming out of this, it's like, is Jacob, who's Jacob against right now? It seemed like he was going after Drew right away, but now him and Cody are kind of at it. Even at the end when Drew has the belt, I've got the belt, Cody and Jacob are fighting. So it's like Cody, suddenly losing the belt has made Cody so much more interesting. Drew, hugely interesting. And here's the crazy thing. They've already set up a kind of a fatal 4-way #1 contenders match that will determine who Drew will face at Royal Rumble. So unless they do a rematch on SmackDown, Drew will automatically get one title defense that isn't Cody Rhodes at Royal Rumble. That's shocker. Drew's not going to only hold it for more than 6 minutes, but he might hold it for 6 weeks. 6 weeks to the Elimination Chamber or something. Or, dare I say, Drew gets to WrestleMania? I know, this is a review, actually. This is a review of the show. And last, there was somebody who actually unsubscribed to my channel because they were less ranting and more review on my Braun Breaker, my Raw, because I was ranting about how Braun Breaker, lost. Well, this is a rant too, but it's a positive rant. This is a rant, but it's a positive rant, and that's just how I do things. I take one thing that I really enjoyed from the show, I talk about it for probably way too long, and then I do the rest of the review. But yeah, Drew McIntyre. He's the champion. Oh, yes. Thank you, Triple H. Great job on this show. Let's talk the rest of this show because honestly, it was a pretty good SmackDown. Now, it did come up early in the United States. So unless you flew to Australia or have a VPN and watch it on Netflix, one of those two is my truth. I did one of those two. Then you will have to watch it at 8 p.m. tonight. So, but like, I didn't get to watch it all because I had to work. I rushed home and I caught the middle, but then I went back and watched it all. And it was a good SmackDown. It was a good SmackDown. Now, granted, because I watched half of it after the jubilation of Drew's victory, maybe my view is skewed. Maybe the first half sucked, but I was just so high on a Drew McIntyre win that I was like, this is great. This is an awesome show. But I will say this. Trick Williams came out again, and I guess his gimmick now is to just interrupt people who've been on the roster for more than 10 years, and that's okay. Trick Williams came out to Randy Orton. Randy comes out, says how it's like great to be here. Trick comes out and is like he just presents himself as a star. He did say he respected Randy, so like respect, but too much respect going on in WWE. But Trick, he listed off all these things. He's like, I've got 8 abs, I'm this, I'm that, a bunch of numbers. He listed off a bunch of numbers that, man, I'm telling you, this guy reminds me of The Rock. He actually reminds me of a more confident Nation of Domination, The Rock. Like right when The Rock was about to take over the nation from Farouk, that's the confidence level of Trick Williams. And he has a bunch of sayings too. Let's talk about it. And then he has Whoop That Trick, which The Rock never had a Whoop That Trick, because fans just love the chants nowadays. But like Trick, like, they need to go all in on him. A lot of people, myself included, have been like, Opa Femi is the future? Trick might be the face. Like, they need to really consider, like, should we just, like, all the chips on Trick Williams? Because like, he could be a Rock. I'm not even joking. I think a lot of people are going to be like, no. I mean, like, I don't know. He oozes confidence. Like, he flubbed just a little here and there, or he could have made it just a little better. But like, for where he's at, with what he's been given, with usually who he has to play against, like, I think he's like really, really good. Trick Williams on that microphone. Randy, though, to his credit, was also able to do something really good where, like, he also said, oh yeah, well, you know, I've got 5 kids and 1 smoking hot wife, and the only number I'm worried about is 14 because I'm a 14-time champion. So is it 14 or 15? I can't remember exactly right at this moment, but that 14. I think it's 14. But Randy, to his credit, did have a good comeback. Now, what I didn't like about this was Randy does punch, like, kind of knocks Trick out of the ring, and the Miz sneaks up on Randy, but the Miz gets RKO'd. And the moment he's RKO'd, Randy turns his attention back to Trick Williams. I thought that was a little disrespectful to the Miz. I don't mind the Miz getting beat up, but I don't like that he was such an afterthought, that he was more of a mosquito here, where Randy was solely focused on Trick. Makes Trick look like $1 million, but I think it diminished the Miz just a little. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world, but just it was a thought that I would like the Miz to get just a little more respect. A little more respect. Here I am. Let's show them respect, not actually just say the word respect. But then Trick versus Rey Fenix. This was a good match, and some people might not like that Trick rolled Fenix up and held his tights, but I kind of do, because it shows that Trick, like, I don't know, he's like wily. You know, he gets in and out of these situations, and he's always just like, yeah, whatever, I won, don't matter. And it does keep Rey Fenix a little strong too. Rey Fenix is pretty new to the main roster as well. I don't think we need to just completely job him out, but Trick was the right winner here. We got Kiana James and Julia. They talk. I really don't like this pairing. I think Julia just needs to be on her own, and I want to hear Julia on the mic more. Julia has a very unique look that does not match the language she speaks. Like, she does not She does not appear like your typical Japanese wrestler, and I think they should use that. I think it's really cool when I hear her just like spitting out Japanese like Asuka does, or maybe at least in Io Sky. So I would like Julia to kind of go on her own. I think she would actually do better on her own than with Kiana James. Lash Legend and Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss, I guess, has a title shot against Julia, and she's on the phone. Charlotte's sick. Lash and Nia, they come out and they're like, "Whoa!" It's the one time you actually get a shot at something, Charlotte goes away. And so what happens then is Alexa totally gaslights Nia Jax, and she says to Lash, sorry, this phone is ringing and it's distracting, but one take, one shot. Did I ever say this is a one take, one shot review? Well, it is. She totally gaslights Nia and says, you better drop her before she drops you. I would know. Excuse me, Alexa Bliss, but you were the one who was actually the bully in that situation. Alexa Bliss and Nia actually had a match at WrestleMania, and even though Nia is the bigger opponent, they made it about how like mean girl, pretty girl Alexa bullied and like pretty much body shamed Nia a lot, and just so Alexa Bliss was the bad guy in their feud. So Alexa Bliss has no room to try to bring their feud up as if she was the good guy here. I love Alexa Bliss, but let's not rewrite history here. Alexa will lose to Julia. It was fine. Kiana got involved. She distracted, but Lash pushes Alexa Bliss off the turnbuckle, and that's what allows Julia to win. So, hey, a huge win for Julia. I hope this is a hard reset. Like, okay, the first title reign sucked. Let's just make this one a good one, and I'm okay with that. Like, let's really utilize Julia. I'm all about character and not so much the wrestling, but some wrestlers should be more about the wrestling than not necessarily not the character, but they can be more about wrestling than character, and Julia is one of those people who, if we focused on her wrestling, I think then her character would blossom, as opposed to other people like a Trick Williams. We focus on his character, his wrestling will blossom. So, like, Julia, she did a fine job here, gets a win over Alexa, and I liked that Lash and Nia did a 2-on-1 attack. Because I don't like just, let's just attack this person and then we consider that a storyline. But here it was okay because there was no Charlotte. So it was definitely like two towers, like just attacking a smaller opponent, and like that's heat right there. That not just we're gonna jump you and then laugh. It was like, it was totally unfair, totally uncalled for, and that's what heels should do. I love that they destroyed Alexa Bliss. Now some people will hear that and be like, you hate Alexa Bliss. No. I like that Alexa Bliss is part of a story. Like, the bad guys won this week. Next week, the good guys should win. So I'm liking that story right there, or the potential of a story. We have Trick, he won. Kiana James, Jordan Grace, she joins SmackDown. I don't like how they all just like, hey, I'm just gonna sign. I wish they did a draft, even if it wasn't a draft to trade. Superstars. They should have a draft where they're actually calling up NXT people, even if it was an NXT episode. That would be so much better than just, well, I get here, sign here. I guess you're part of SmackDown now. Matt Cardona, he told Cody, I respect you, I love you, I'm going to go after your title. Kit Wilson's funny. He's banging on the door and he said everybody has toxic masculinity, and he had a really funny shirt on. Liked that. Mello's like full-fledged face. He fought Shinsuke Nakamura. Before that, though, he goes up to Miz, and him and Miz are like, I'm kind of actually starting to like this dynamic of him and Miz not liking each other, but still kind of like cordial, and they kind of take like, pop shots at each other, and Miz keeps saying, I'm going to come for you, and Mello's like, well, why don't you do it tonight? Oh, well, I got cheap shotted. So, like, this one is slowly becoming something I like. I think they should have had their matchup already, but I don't know. It's working for me right now. Their interactions. So he will lose. He will. Or no. He would not. Sorry. We will have Melo versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke will lose here. Joe Tessitore was selling this way too hard. Hang on one second. I gotta call someone. Not call someone. Answer. Call the store. This is an employee telling me he's gonna be late. I can't even do a video without my employees. But Joe Tess was saying, oh my gosh, Carmelo Hayes, he's just fighting through it. He's a fighting champion, all this stuff. He was speaking as if Carmelo Hayes was in week number 9 of the Open Challenge. This was week 3. Carmelo Hayes' body isn't that beat down now that Joe should have been selling it as much as he was. I loved the match, but Joe was very distracting on how much he was saying that Carmelo Hayes' Open Challenge has been wearing on him and that he's just getting tired and fatigued. I'm like, dude, this is his 3rd match as champion. Wait till his 3rd month as champion before you sell him like this. His heart was in the right place, but his commentary should have been 3 months in the future. I lost my place here. The Wyatts. So Carmelo won though, so cool. The Wyatts, they beat. It was a 4-on-4, I think. 4-on-4, yeah. They beat no. The Wyatts didn't win. The MFTs won. The MFTs won, but I liked how the MFTs won because Solo grabbed the lantern, Bray Wyatt's lantern, and that distracted Bo Dallas. And Tama Tonga got the pin on Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, that way. I really like that. Plus, even better, Solo took the lantern. He took the lantern. So yeah, this feud has been going on a little too long, and by a little I mean a lot. Taking the lantern is a big deal, and honestly, they should break the lantern. I know, it'd be like, oh my god, I can't believe you broke that lantern, but it would be a good story beat, but Solo saying, see, I told you, I got the whole world in my hand. Good stuff right there. Solo Sikoa, great stuff right there. There is going to be a fatal 4-way at Saturday night's main event. They said it's going to be Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa, so most likely Uncle Howdy will get involved there. We have Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn, a rematch of the U.S. title. We have, who else? Randy Orton versus The Miz. And there was one more. I think it was Trick Williams. Trick Williams versus... Oh, man, I can't remember who it was, but we're going to do a Fatal 4-Way. Whoever wins that next week then goes into a Fatal 4-Way at Saturday night's main event to see who will face Drew McIntyre. Now, I wish there was more story to this than just, hey, let's have a tournament to see who's going to be the number 1 contender. But, the fact that Drew won, I do understand now. There's not enough time for a Drew McIntyre. There was enough time to have, like, someone fight Cody, but now that it's Drew, I understand a number 1 contendership, and whoever wins that Fatal 4-Way will go to Royal Rumble and face Drew McIntyre. So that's pretty cool, actually. That was good. I don't know if I'd say long-term booking, but definitely good booking for the month of January. So, like, good job, Triple H. Look at you, Triple H. Like, okay, like, I knew you had it in you, man. Like, I get so mad at you sometimes because I know you're better than what you presented. Like, let's run back 2023, 2024. Well, like, before WrestleMania 40. What else? I think that's it. Jordan Grace. She beat the Secret Hervis, Chelsea Green, and Alba Fire. She beat Alba Fire, and then when she beat her, Jade Cargill came out and, like, stared her down and was like, you ain't do nothing special. You think you're special? I kind of like that. I kind of like Jade Cargill if she came out and rained on everybody's parade. That would be so funny. Like, you win, you feel good, and then someone comes out like, you ain't nothing. You're nothing. Like, I like that. Now, if I was Jordan Grace, I would have socked Jade in her face because, like, it made Jordan Grace look weak. If somebody, I don't care, good guy, bad guy, whoever, someone comes up to you and says, you suck, you're nothing, you're not special at all, you punch them in the face, especially when you work in an environment that encourages that stuff. So Jordan looked really, she got punked out. And she should not have let Jade do that, but Jade, on the other hand, looked like $1 million. So here was something that was kind of interesting. So Johnny Gargano is kind of in a low-key feud with Axiom right now, and there was a moment where Nathan Frazier is like doing something, and the Fraxium comes out and says, or Axiom comes out and says, starts talking to him, and then he beats him up, and you're like, why did he beat him up? And it's Johnny Gargano under the mask. You know why I like this? It's because this is like the lowest of the low card, and I'm not saying that as an insult. It's the lower mid card, but the lower mid card actually has a story kind of attached to it. Like, yeah, I love when everybody on the roster has a story, no matter how small it is. So this was a very good 3-hour SmackDown. I was very much dreading 3 hours, but so far, 2 in a row, they've knocked it out. And honestly, like, the fact that, like, Drew McIntyre winning, that's going to help so freaking much. Like, just good stuff. I'm just trying to see if I missed anything. I think I said it all. Damian Priest, is that what it is? Is it Drew and Damian? Is it Damian Priest versus Trick? I'm not 100% sure. But Damian Priest is in the tournament as well. But it's like they had a package of Black and Priest. I really think they should have done more with Priest at a backstage segment. They had a lot of backstage segments this week. I wonder if it's because they didn't want to fly everybody to Germany. But that said, we probably should have had Damian Priest coming off of an ambulance match victory and a 6-month-long feud. He should have probably came out and had something more to do than just a backstage segment. But you know what? Overall, good stuff. I'm giving this SmackDown. It's probably because Drew won, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I'm giving it a 9. I don't care. Loved it. I cannot talk bad. What day is today? I cannot talk bad about Triple H until February 8th. On February 8th, that is the next time I can talk bad about Triple H, but hopefully he just keeps this up. We forget about Raw. And we just focus on the momentum that we have right this second. All right, boys. All right, girls. See ya, bye. Drew McIntyre won. Let's celebrate. Good times. Come on. See ya, bye.